Alright, so welcome back to another review, and today we're going to take a look at the TRN STM, TRN's latest and greatest IM around $20. And really interesting in this one is because this is one of the few in that kind of price range that has additional filters, so you can change the sound in this one, which makes it for me one of the more versatile IEMs in that kind of price range, which is really interesting. So for this review, we're going to talk directly about the sound. If you need more information about unboxing, also build quality, you can check out my unboxing links up here. But of course, big thanks to LockLZ for sending this over. Links down below for their shop. Use my links, it will help out the channel a lot. In terms of sound, this is really interesting because again, much like the ZSN Pro, this has a different tuning than your usual hybrid configuration. So this is not again your V-shaped kind of signature. This is a more of a bright, more analytical type of signature. So moving on to the filters, this has 3 filters. So the gold filter for me is a little bit more bright, a little bit more analytical, and a little bit more aggressive sounding. The blue filter is even less bassy and a little bit more relaxed in the mix. The red filter has more mids forward signature, less bass impact, and a little bit more relaxed. So for me, frankly, my favorite in this one is the red filter. But of course, this is really interesting because it's hot swappable. So in your day, if you want more bass, put on your other filters. If you want more brightness, put another filter. So it will depend on you which filter you like for the day. It's very easy to swap as well. So you can swap the filters with just your hand. No additional tools needed. So really convenient. So for this review, I did use the gold filter to describe the sound. So as you can see from the graph, it's fairly neutral at around 1K region. That's a bump at around 2K region, but not super big. And also another bump at around 10K region, which gives this a more kind of exciting listen. So the signature again is definitely interesting. It's not your V-shape signature. There's no recession at the mids region. So again, we're kind of seeing this trend with the sub $20. It's really impressive. So this is the most level signature that I have seen from a TRN. So the sound is still musical, lively sounding, but this is less aggressive compared to your ZSN Pro X. What's good in this one is it's not boring to listen to because it has a slight shimmer at the top. So still fairly musical in this one. This is not boring to listen to. So the highs are pretty good. It has a bit of shimmer on top, but not overly done. This is less shimmery compared to your ZSN Pro X. This is also a bit less bright compared to your ZSN Pro X. So sure, there's still that peak at the top, but it's a bit less elevated compared to your Pro X. The highest tonality is not the best in this one. There's also some edginess again in the sound on top. So this not the best tonality that you can get. And also one con in this one, so even if the shimmer is not overly done, sometimes it can still be a bit thin in some tracks, like in 24K Magic. The cymbals is a bit too thin for my liking, so not that much, but it's definitely there and definitely something to mention. Also another con is that this can be still a bit too hot for some people, especially for those treble sensitive crowd. But definitely what I like about the highs is the detail retrieval in this one, so it's really good, especially for the price range. So the bass in this one is interesting. The vocal positioning is good in this one of the better vocal positionings for a TRN that I have tried, which is quite impressive. And also the vocals are not shouty, so this is less fatiguing to listen to, which is good. So for those who's sensitive to fatigue, you might like this one over the ZSN Pro X. However, one con is the vocals are not the most revealing in this one. For me, it's a bit veiled in the mix. So for me, it's a bit too toned down for my liking. But what I like about this one again is the detail retrieval is pretty good, and this one has some micro detail in the mids. And also the mids is in the clean side of presentation, so definitely the separation in the mids is really good in this one. The bass is toned down, more toned down compared to your ZSN Pro X, but this is not a bass heads IEM, so this definitely is more of an analytical type of listen. But what's nice in this one is the bass doesn't overpower the rest of the spectrum, so separation is a bit better with the STM. So the sound is really good in this one, definitely one of the bigger ones in that kind of price range. Imaging is just alright, not the best that I've listened to. Separation is very good in this one with that clean kind of presentation and also toned down bass. So I can use this for some mixing work for sure, especially with that kind of signature, that kind of more level kind of signature. Tonality is not the best that I've heard. Overall, for the sound, is not the most exciting listen. So if you like more fun in your sound, this might not fit your bill. But the signature definitely is interesting. One of the more level signatures that I have seen in that price range. And of course, with that filters, it changes up the sound as well. So really versatile. And this one of the more versatile IMs in that price range. And definitely, you know, for the price that you're paying for, that's really good value for the money. So compared to the ZSN Pro X, so the Pro X is more aggressive sounding, more revealing also, especially in the vocal region. More impactful bass as well. So the Pro X right off the bat is more fun over this one. The STM in comparison is more relaxed, a touch smoother, also less bass impact as well. So frankly for me, even if they both have that brightness on top, they're different on the ear. So if you want a more relaxed sound, less shimmer, you can go with the STM. So if you want a more fun sound, a more exciting kind of sound, go for the ZSN Pro X. So compared to the NiceHCK DB3, so similar on the ear with the STM, but the DB3 has more bass impact, less shimmer on top, a little bit more smoother sound also with the DB3. The STM in comparison is a touch more relaxed, touch more shimmer on top, and also less bassy with the STM. So this is a toss up in this one again if you like a cleaner kind of sound. And of course, more versatile kind of sound, especially with that filters, you might want to go with the STM. If you like a touch more warmth, touch smoother, less shimmer, you might want to go with the DB3. For the TRN STM, so again, really interesting IEM, especially with that kind of signature. So this is one of the few in that kind of price range that you can get with that kind of signature. So definitely for this one, if you're looking for a monitor type of sound or even something that you can use for some mixing work, this can fit your bill, especially with that separation and also that signature. And also with that versatility with the filters, really interesting. I would say overall you get a lot of value for your money, especially if you're okay with a more relaxed kind of sound. Definitely if you like more bass and if you like a more fun kind of sound, you might look elsewhere. This won't be enough for you. So for that preference, I would go with maybe the ZSN Pro X, even the NiceHCK DB3. Those have more bass over this one. First, that's my take with the TRN STM. So really exciting times for you know, $20 IEMs right now. We're seeing more level kind of tuning with the $20 range, and I just can't wait for the next versions to come because they're, you know, keep on improving the value that you're getting for the $20 range, and this is a testament to that as well. Right, of course, if you learned something, leave a like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. And of course, if you want to support the channel, you can also get my EP. I'm gonna link it down in the comments below and also the description below. I created a new YouTube channel for my music, so hopefully you guys can follow there as well. I'm gonna release a new EP by next month, so that's really exciting. I'm now working on the new EP, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next review. Goodbye.